Alright. Hello to anyone who's here already. We are stepping back into second stream this mostly vanilla build. Any mods I have are simply to make the game look better. They don't impact the actual gameplay at all. Graphic, building, assets, that's all going to be vanilla base game. This episode / stream is going to focus on this campus area here, expanding this area. I'm thinking of more of a Midtown / downtown type of deal, and figuring out how to extend this highway, because we'd eventually like to get it all the way down over here. We can have better access, quicker access to these resources here for industry. Now, I'm not sure if it'll still end up being quicker for these guys to drive through here to get there, but you still want to have that highway access, especially since open up over here into this part of the map if we get over there. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's take it off pause and get started. I think we'll open up with getting a little bit of this expanded here, especially since we do have a small need for residential and more people need money. So easy to keep the grid going at this point. Let's keep with that. Make sure we have enough parks over in this area. Look like we do here, so down. I believe we already have dog eye. And not really for this side actually, so go ahead and do that. Also borderline on our schools here. We're actually probably a little bit behind. So with that in mind, we've already got a school over here. But we as well make sure that we get that taken care of. And put another school here, which will update us. We'll probably still be behind, but it's better than not having it at all. We don't have really not doing a great job on having enough libraries at all. While we're thinking about it, might as well put another one here. Luckily, it's not going to mess with our contour too bad. This might be suited on flat. Well, no, because we're going to expand a little bit farther down here and not up here. I will explain why when we get to that. Got to put water pipes down. Go. Pathways. Self-leveling paths are great. You're on a slope like this because it kind of evens it out for you, so you don't have to worry about it looking not very good, or at least better than it. So down our here along the main road, so these stays away from potential, which we down back here and here. Get to update these two young lindens. We already have done in the area. We'll let that fill out. Back over here. Check out the campus area. Right now, for the campus, I only have this very small area. And what I'm going to do, actually cut away a big chunk of this because I'm thinking about it. And when we get into the need for more campus attractiveness, we're going to want to have sports. You don't want to try and build sports up here on hills. It's just not going to work. By doing this, it'll kind of give us a nice big flat area for the most part to think ahead and build our sporting complexes, which will benefit everybody, really. Guidelines back on, completely blind. Bring this out. 15. And then more connectivity, in my opinion, is always better, so I'll make these connect up. That. And here the road here for now. Side. Get our water pipes down preemptively. That. I will remember to noon. We got to do before the stream, that way we don't have randomly going dark on us and kind of messing with. Let's see. So, the only school we have available to us right now before this city levels up again, trade school. The differences between the schools, as far as I can tell, are basically what gets taught. Trade school is going to teach trade jobs. We'll open up, well, I'll show you here in a minute. The first thing you need to do is put down the image. That will unlock a couple of other buildings. So it unlocks dormitory, the study hall, groundskeeping, book club, and then police academy. Each one's going to have a student capacity. Well, not each one, but most of them have a student capacity that'll increase how many students you can have, and each one's going to increase your campus attractiveness. So, to level your campus up, you need to have academic works, which we'll get to in a second. You need to have students, and you need to have campus attractiveness. So, the first thing we'll want to do, I'll put down our police academy, like so. Perhaps the first thing we actually wanted to do was put down dorms. We'll do this. Now, there's two different ways that you can build buildings in this area. You can place them along the road, which is what I just did, or you can place them along paths. I personally like placing them along paths. However, it's not without its drawbacks. And I say that because along these paths here, you can't have emergency services get there. It would just be, you can hear the helicopter. So if we have a fire, the helicopters can put the fires out, but you can't get your fire trucks back here. Whereas with this building, fire trucks can get there. As far as I can tell, it doesn't impact trash collection or anything like that. I personally really prefer having them along paths. I think it looks really nice, and it's personal preference. I try to mix it up though. Things that have parking lots, I try and keep along because it makes sense. The dorm rooms, I believe, do have some. You can make the reasonable assumption that this should in fact be along. And truth be told, I've changed my mind. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put a road in here. I can simply move them around. They are not giant buildings. we'll do that. That way it does have the parking lots set up correctly. Fantastic with the contours of the land, but it's job done. And we put our paths back in. So rudely. So storms, I don't believe, increase the attractiveness, or if they do, not by much. So we'll need to build our buildings as well. So we'll need the study hall, which isn't going to fit this way. Now we can put it on this road because really acting as where they am, kind of a through road, or we can just do what we were doing, what I suggested doing, kind of putting it on the pathways. Now, I'm not gonna lie to anybody, I haven't actually looked to see which do have parking lots, which don't. This one does not. I feel perfectly fine leaving it on a side path like that. Let's leave that like that. On here for a second. Put in last couple of buildings we have, which is groundskeeping. Again, I'm not sure if this has an actual parking lot, so if I need to put it somewhere else, it doesn't. Neat little building though. And then we have the book club. Can't sneak that one back there or there. Here? Nope. I didn't leave myself a ton of room. I will put it and same deal. This is just a book club. There's no actual parking lot. So we've got all that down, and now we have fine campus attractiveness. We don't have any academic works yet. That'll be at the end of the year, and we only have 124 students. It's fine. That'll come up. You can hire additional academic staff if you'd like to. That will increase your chances of going from 30%, a base of 30%, to give them 25, it'll be 74%. But we don't want to do that because, as you briefly saw, that was extremely expensive. So instead, we'll just do a single research grant for 50,000, and that will allow us to increase the likelihood of getting what we need. We still have a pretty good demand for residential. Good here didn't really solve our needs, so let's expand it out a little. Put the guidelines back on, so I know what I'm doing. Can't really go out 30 like we'd want to. So this might be as far down as we're going to go with this grid. Do a full new block down. I think we're going to probably need some more park space. Do a plaza. Do a plaza instead. That right there should be fine. I think we'll need another park, but it's a good start. Well, it couldn't hurt. But I think that's mostly commercial use. I don't think it's as big of a deal. Again, we want pathways down, so we have them in place. Nope. Middle. And I'm a stickler for that because it splits it and it divides it into maximizes your density. Go ahead and just now, because I don't think we're going to go any further with housing, and fill this in, and then see if we need with the park situation. Another thing that I was just thinking about is we need to update our public transportation. We don't have any way for these folks to kind of get over to this new Midtown area. Aside from driving, our tram stops over in our Old Town area. We look at public transportation. It stops right here. Let's make sure this is still doing well. Let's just watch this stop for a minute. Make sure that clears. And it doesn't quite clear, so let's watch it for a minute. Let's just run it on high speed. Because these don't fill up. I think, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'd like to do, I think I'd like to start getting a metro system going. Like subways. In here, I think they're a great way to get around. They seem really popular, and they really don't take up a lot of space or cause a lot of issues. Especially because you can put them around. Now, the part about this I'm not 100% sure on how I want to handle is getting it up to the college. So, I think putting a line here and having it connect to the college is a good way to go. And I think what we'll want to do too is potentially put one in this area that goes over to the college as well. And then we'll probably want to fill this in some bus routes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, let's get back here. We could put this here, or even here, this. That'd be a nice straight line to the college. Not quite as nice a straight line to the actual downtown. Now, could, theoretically, have two lines come from this station, one going downtown, one going to college. That might be the way to go. We could also stick this station here, stick another station up here, and have one split off to come up like this, then have this come across. It's really just a matter of what makes the most sense. I do like having folks right next to this tram area, being able to load right onto the subway. I think this way. Put a station there. And knowing that I'm going to want the sports complexes up this way, I think it would make sense to... First off, that's ugly as sin. We're gonna try and fix that. So let's turn off guidelines. So we'll go up 15. Go up 15. Cross. Turn it back on. Right here. Okay, that's better. Can't really have this connect in that. But I do want to make this connection, so here's what we're going to do. Not bad. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Okay, good connection. So, we know that we're going to be putting some of our sports stuff up here. Why don't we just get out ahead of that? And instead of having them come in here in the middle of the school, maybe, have them come up here. Sports connect. Still within pretty easy walking distance. Follows itself. Do that. Now, I think we'd still 20. I think we'd still want to have an ability for these. Make it this down/Midtown area. I'm gonna stick with Midtown, I think, because not allowing actual high rises. We banned that as part of our policy. We still want to give them access to this. Shame that doesn't jump. That's okay. Temporary power line until it does. Let's get our water and whatnot in here. Went up too far. Check on the park situation. I think we're okay. I can deal with not being perfect on that one. Do a small little work here because I didn't leave a lot of room for anything bigger, and I don't want to destroy what we put down. And then over here we can do these. That should take care of that. Let's take a look at education and whatnot again. High school or borderline. They're okay on elementary right now, really not on high school. We've already got a high school over here, we've got two over here, but we do have this area up here. I could potentially use one. I actually think put a higher population area. Have two in the area. Double up the park space. Pathways down. That didn't eliminate that little bit of zoning there, and that will mess me up later if I leave. So we're just road guidelines, so we can that middle section like this. Not do a good remembering to place these trees. Yep. And we can do a little, maybe do a little bit of high density, especially since I think we're gonna go ahead, put out next subway stop there. Then once we get this all put in, go ahead. We'll worry about actually getting that set up. Let's just fill all of this in. I think we have enough park space down now. I want to go underground, so age down to get to the underground view. And then it's simple as just lines, your rails, are connected. Actually, you don't really want sharp corners with the rail lines. I think that would go. Make sure back on. Try to catch that. You have a nice wide sweeping arc light. This one probably isn't going to be quite as pretty simply because of the movement we need to make to get. Close enough. Alright. Set that up. I do think getting a subway station up here, actually. There's no real public transportation up here, which I think is problematic. Can't turn it that way because of the slope. No, we'll leave that. I think buses will better serve that for right now. Worry about that later. So we'll just get our line down, and I don't know how popular this is going to be, but I am going to make sure that I think it's that one that I want. Yep, 500 people. So that'll be fine. So it really doesn't follow the main road, which is not typical. How I typically run a metro normally would be following the main line down, and I think it will from probably here on, from this stop, but I think it makes sense to make that column. And we can always add an additional track that does follow the main road if we need to. Follow this song line because it initially follows Song Street. Don't really have any residential demand. This is not through the school. We haven't gotten any notification. Up to 468 students. Fantastic. 478. So hopefully 472. It went down. So hopefully that'll fill itself. Now, while we're waiting on this to do its thing, highway expansion. I'm really unsure. I think it'll work. In fact, I know it'll work. I played in a practice version offline to get some ideas so I didn't come into this blind and look like a buffoon. So what we want to do is we're going to break this connection here and extend this out, up, and around. The reason why that's going to be somewhat difficult is because you're about to have 3 interchanges really close together. And we can't do anything about this one, nor we maybe want to, until we can purchase over here, which we're not going to do anytime soon. So we're going to have an interchange here. Obviously, that's not going to change. These 2 highways still have to meet up, so we're going to have some type of interchange here. And then we're going to have a service interchange here to get off on this road here. Now, technically, we could probably just put it farther up and not worry about making this connection here. But I think it's an important one to make, so that way everyone can kind of get access to town area without having to, drive further up and loop all the way back down. So, we can do this live, or we can do this not live. I dislike building complicated roadways because I find them easy to mess up. And I don't want to keep people disconnected for longer than I have to, so we're going to pause it. I should have enough money to do the majority of this project, unless I really mess it up. I'm just going to pull this back through here. Now, we could go straight back down this level and then follow the ramp up. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this bridge out until it stops being a bridge. And by that I mean we're going to look here and see when we have to pull it down on its own. See how it starts to go up on its own. When can I do that and not have it automatically turn into it? Maybe I can't do it. Doesn't look like I can. Because I don't want it to be climbing itself up. How it's doing that. So go ahead and go out. 15, 14, 13. I think gives the mental slope out. Actually, turn that back. Or to the lowest step, and maybe that'll change. That'll change how this looks. There. Yeah, okay, cool. When does this stop being? Not there, but we can drop it down to keep it even still. To kind of naturally stop being a bridge. So right. I think right there. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm gonna run that actually. So now that we have that, we want to slope this up. We can continue our grade upwards. Do it here too because we have this one. So up, and we'll just pull this all the way through there. Look a little silly. In fact, it does. So let's just. It doesn't need to be obviously a bridge situation there, but I think it looks this. Here like that. That, and then pull this. Well, obviously, first this, and that should match in height. Obviously, it matches it. It does not. Oh, vanilla number 2. This is where it kind of screwed up. Something funny, right? I think there's an argument. Still dipping right there, but I could mess with this all day long. And I don't think we want. I don't think that's what anybody wants to watch. So I'll do a nice simple interchange here. So we'll come across 10, 11, 12. Not going to be able to go another 12 after this. Go up here. Edge. Cross. We can. Just kind of try and mirror that on this side. And it's going to be a much longer bridge than. Whoops. Than I'd like. But, you know. It'll get the job done. It'll be symmetrical. I like. But it's not perfect. You see it comes across kind of at an angle. Adds a little thing. Mechanics. Head and hook up our on-ramp, off-ramps. I think. They're in between. No. No. Angle. Off there, and same thing here. Oh. We won't worry about. We won't worry about setting anything up this way yet. Because we don't do. That's working. Obviously, our highways are kind of busted. A lot of people coming in because this interchange. So that's what we're going to work on next. I'm hoping that this is tall enough send this underneath. I have to modify it a little bit. First, let's make sure that our intersections are set up. Priority road. Not correct. Most of them are. Most of them. These are not correct. Definitely want the through traffic there. But everything else looks fine. So, got first part of this done. Now, I think I'd like to avoid doing ramps over the water if we can. I think we're gonna have to pull this back, but first, let's go ahead and just get this set up. Going under this one. Okay. Banner that makes it straight. Actually, something temporary. So I can get that's something. I don't know. No, I wasn't. No, maybe I was. So. And I don't really want them that close together, but you can see we kind of have to. Wait. Well, I might be. I think other lane is where it needs. We can definitely. Oh yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Pull through like that. Okay. Good. Serves its purpose. Thank you. Dirt road. Go ahead and just line that up. Fix this. Yeah, might as well. Right. We're here. It's here. Grab our guideline. That. It's that direction. Back that up. Bar. Same deal though. And there you go. Okay, so we got that highway part. So this will clear itself out. See how bad the traffic is here. I'm not worried about this because this is currently the only way that this highway can get into the city because it's not connected to this highway at all anymore, right? So we need to fix this. I had an idea for how to do it. Now I forget how. No, it'll be. That's what it is. Okay. So. At an angle. Another angle. And 12 down. This. But not quite that. All that. We're gonna also cut this down. Right here, 2 lane. Allow lane mathematics. Same basic concept here. Oh man, it is just grabbing these snap twos. Off. That. Stop snapping. I want the light. Then we can turn it all back on. And it's out. So, and there we go. That is fantastic. This is not fantastic. This is where the highway is going to end. I've made trumpet interchanges time and time again. I'm pulling a complete blank on how I need to do this now. So this needs to get to this. That's okay. This needs to get to this. We need an off-ramp. Oh boy. They both need to get to this one, correct? Yes. We want this to exit. Not like that. Oh. Okay, grab it like that one. Pull this through. Here. This is we're gonna want to do that there. I'll put this here. So let's go out. 5, 6. 5, 6. That's 12. Pop that down. 6. Yeah, dropping that down just fast. Okay, so about another. We'll go there. We're just gonna keep fiddling with it. So there's 5, 6, 6. That's a little steep. Six, 6, 2, 6, 6, 2, and then get 5. I don't know if we'll get 5. Let's do it like this because it's being a pain right in the butt. There we go. Okay. 1 to 2. That'll work for me. Now this will come out to here. No, it won't. It goes right in the first place. This will come here. A little farther. Here. There. 5, 6. And not gonna be my prettiest trumpet interchange that I've ever made, but it's gonna work. But it's not going to work. Look how close I've just made that. So that's not going to work at all for what I'm trying to do here. This works fine. This is fantastic. I think what I can do, let's go ahead and delete this. I think people do want this movement going. I'm gonna do that. Drop this down to 2 lines. Immediately use it. Fantastic. We need to figure out how what we could do. I don't really like it. Could technically, probably. I'm gonna make this a really long interchange run along. Go underneath and connect up here, but that'll screw up these guys getting. Definitely don't want to do that. So I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. As you can see the congestion here. I think if we hook up here, it's going to be too much, too short of a distance. It'll be hard to tell for now because of how the movement is going. But I think that might be the best bet that we have. So, go ahead. I don't think that would be too sharp an on-ramp. Try and put it here. Because you'd be coming off like... I don't think this works. It's ugly, it's too sharp. So I think the best bet is here. And really, probably that just kind of... just kind of hook this straight up in there, can't we? Let's pull it straight off from there. Down and connect. I feel like that's still a little sharp, but not terrible. So we'll see how that operates. Worst case scenario is I can do... I thought this would actually work better than the design I put together on my own, which was essentially ending these highways here and then having off-ramps that go over the water, on-ramp that comes off. I thought this would look and operate better, but we'll see. Really, that's all that I can say. I do think I might actually move this back a little bit for continuity's sake. Because boy do I hate how this doesn't look symmetrical. I know that's a silly thing to be upset about. But you gotta let me have some. Because this is driving me nuts. We're just gonna go ahead and fix quick like. There. No, not there. No. Wasn't paying attention to how that was working. It's here. There. Oh man. Okay. See, that's what happens when you let perfect take the desire for perfection take over. Essentially, good enough. No reason for any of this, other than my own insane need to have some level of stuff. Got there. Way more difficult to be. See how this operates. This is all fine. Mathematics. This is all fixed to that previous. Or set it up correctly. That's fixed. Okay. Highways are fixed. We can delete this here. It's no longer necessary. Power's still good. Water is teetering. Apparently never took out these water pipes. Go ahead. I'd really like to use this one, and we're almost there. So you know what? Let's not go ahead. Hold off. If this populates, and we can level up one time. I'd like to give the campus its own water. Students there. Academic year almost over. We're probably not going to hit level 2 this time, unless we get really lucky. We have other stuff that we can work on. The highway expansion is basically done. This has been filled out. Our campus is being worked on. We have plenty of money in the bank. So what's our next project? Well, when we level up again, actually no, I can just get this over there now. So I'm going to turn back, nope, wrong one. This back on to look at our contour. And I want to run this highway over, and we're going to set up our forestry in this area. So raises the question of run the highway. I kind of want to leave enough room on this side once we exit the highway to build, or to at least have the option to build. I can't play and think or talk at the same time, apparently. Build commercial, residential, that type of use, because it's right on the beach. That'd be fantastic. So I'm gonna try to go. Gives us a liberal arts campus, which we're not going to worry about right now. New policy. Stuff for our college, large water tower, water treatment plant. Some other stuff from the content creator packs. Cool. We'll look at water here in a minute. Put that down. Turn everything back on again. And connect that up. 8, 6, 6, 6. This 2. In mathematics, since we MP. Actually working very nicely. Cool. So precisely what I wanted to do, but it'll work. I think I kind of want to make a pretty immediate turn. Wow. Here and turn like this. And we'll run this right here. And then we want this nice and level and even. So we're gonna go ahead and pick this and kind of flatten this. So that way our highways and the even terrain, and we can mess with the and terrain height thereafter. I think this is that makes sense to do. Try and keep spacing. Didn't do a good job. still didn't do a great job. Better. Okay. And we'll yep, still unrecognized. We need one more academic work. So we'll come back over here and we'll grant another research grant. Time for hospitality, since we did whatever the other thing was last time. This should turn a little bit sooner, so we'll pull this back a little bit. And kinda. Try and keep along that contour. I think for now serve purposes. Mirror this as best we can. Sharp. Again, combating something that probably doesn't need to be combated. Okay. Yeah, we have this going all the way over there. We want forestry, industry, to be in this area. So I might actually pull the highway a little bit far. And bring up the big guns here. I think we can probably go straight. Okay. Need to make another change here. $60, 1860s. It is not. Because, obviously, you can do grading here. So, a bit more. I think it's worth it to get this correct. Build this there. Okay. Probably should grade here, but it's not terrible. So I'm just gonna pull it back through. See how that looks. Done with it. Make a decision if we want it. Matter if I don't hit any of the right buttons, huh? I think that looks fine. I don't think we cut across in a way that makes it look unnatural or terrible or anything like that. Let's mess around over here though. Better. I'm going to be able to there. Can't do too much here. You can do a little bit there. Might need to pull this up a little, but we'll worry about that when we need it. Now we need to pull this out from campus. And then we just need to make our connection. So, okay. pull that all the way through on the highway up here. So this will be a good little area, I think, to have this set up. And what we'll have set up is a forestry industry. And that will brighten. So the more you have in terms of trees, the more you'll be able to produce. The good news is that forestry industry, you can just plop down as many trees as you want, and you can make your own little section that is going to be producing more than it was 2 seconds ago. If you look at this, yeah, it's a darker gray now, and we can use that to our advantage. So what I'm going to do, I think we want to make sure that we have this be higher capacity area for the industry. Turn that off so we can watch for the mess ups. What did I go out here? 30, right? 10, 20, 30. Yes. So let's go out. I hate having to do this because I'm not really paying attention. Let's go 50. Set that up again. I'll delete the road because I messed this. Okay. 300. Okay. Now I know that I'll need water out here, so we'll just run this now, and we do need to pour water and sewage treatment going. Anyway, do that. I said earlier that I wanted to the water tower on the campus itself. I think it makes sense that they'd have their own. Maybe not in front of the administration building. Then again, maybe so. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just do it with water. Got our little setup over here for water pumps. I don't know that it makes as much sense as I thought it did to put it there. We still got room for those types of plants. We'll put that one down. And I think that'll probably be the last one that we can fit there. We need to finish setting this up now that I think about it, but let's get this actual industry. We're gonna need power as well. Let's get the industry building down. So like that unlocks our sawmill, which is a production building, small tree plantation, which makes the resources, and the log yard, which them. Same thing as the farm. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining any of that when I was building the farm. I'll try to be a little bit more detailed this time. But the gist of it is, while I'm putting the power down, is that you turn raw resources into goods, and the goods get sold for profit. And the higher level goods that you're making, the profits you get from them. So, here's what we're going to do. I know we can have a really nice grid system out here. This is 30. Let's go out another 20, 30. Let's go another 30. I know we can have a good grid system. 15. Here's these 20. We want 19. 19. 18. Would typically an 18 by 18 grid. But you need to account for an extra space in your grid because of I've set this up correctly. First thing I'm going to do, put down a bunch more. Use this square because it's already got some. Put down a bunch more trees to make sure we can maximize our resource production. Finally do that. If I've done this correctly, I'll be able to get 3 resource producing buildings. Small tree plantations. First I need water. Let me do that before I forget. And the storage facility. And I kind of like how that looks when I set it up like that. So 1, 2, 3. And the log yard. Keeps them all nice and together. And we had 1 random oak tree survive. So that's good. Got that tree farm going. No power to the log yard. That's unfortunate. We'll rectify that simply by building our sawmills to jump the power. And we'll need our medium warehouse right there. That looks terrible, but we'll not respecting the topography. But that's okay. Take these trees out. This tree out. Do a little bit of landscaping. I imagine they'd like it to look out here anyway. Plus it's a forestry industry. I think they'd probably be in the forest. Maybe not. Maybe not with modern forestry. I wouldn't know. Plains adjuster by day. And big. Just to really mask it. Put that down there. I think because I've had to, well, I didn't have to, but because I built these right away to jump the power, we're going to have this importing stuff, which is fine. We're making plenty of money right now as it is, so it's not going to really hurt us at all, but not ideal. This can stay signalized. These don't need to be. Anytime you have 2 collectors or an arterial and a collector hitting each other, I think having signals makes sense. They're typically higher traffic. And you don't want to have people constantly stopping at stop signs and go. Still don't really have much of a demand for... Oh, I need to finish this here. No one will make use of our highway. And, well... That around 11. And turn that around. Make sure this junk is set up correctly. Can't do it with that up. There we go. Again, I'll add more. Pesky thunderstorms. That's something you have to watch out for too if you have the Disasters DLC. A thunderstorm rolls through and you have this setup here where you're having to actually bring power out rather than jump it. It will destroy the hell out of your stuff. Okay. So I'm not done for the evening yet in terms of, but I think we have accomplished actually a set for myself to begin with last time, and that was to get our highway extended out, start working on our college campus. I'd like to work on that a little bit more, actually. So I think I might speed this up and we'll watch traffic. You see how this is starting to back up? I think that's because I'm still saying this is a faster route than this. And I'll be curious to see if that continues to be the case. So let's just run this on a higher speed. Yeah, I don't currently see any coming out this way. But there's a way to check that once I fix my lane math for later. We got him leaving. That's good. Click on routes. Nobody's driving out there though. Aha! There it goes. Got one guy. That's a private vehicle though. He's going to work. Whereas this one, we've got our city service vehicles and private vehicles. So I think it's hard to tell because we don't really have a lot of industrial traffic going out there right now either. As you can tell, this is just kind of just looks like normal traffic. We have a lot of abandoned buildings. I think these will redevelop as we go. If they don't, we'll lead them down the road. Decorate this. Not gonna. We still have more industry demand, so I think we'll go ahead and go down. Get our pathways back in here, and then we'll just do some regular industry. Kind of lower, hopefully lower a little bit of that demand while we are Forestry level, which I make sure in a position to do so, huh? Okay, the employees, we're just waiting on the resources. Go ahead and speed this up again. Deal with our campus. What do got plenty of students, plenty of attractiveness, need those academic workers. Have a grant, I'm only halfway through the year. Look at this, look at this, this is good. Lots of people use Metro, 554 passengers. I don't know that we actually need both of those going. You can see that it's really just not even half full. So let's knock this down to 1. See if that keeps up. If it does, we'll leave it. If it doesn't, then I think we get a lower capacity vehicle. This is mildly concerning. The good news is getting great usage. Great. Bad news is we don't have enough vehicles on it anymore, and I think that's because we got people coming from the downtown who want to use this now. So let's jack this up to clear it out. We'll double it for now. That's more than double. And we'll let it run. See if this clears out, and I don't know that it's going to even with this many, but you see it's got bunching going on because they are out. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens when that unbunches itself. Just have to let this run for. I think then also if we don't get the level up Forestry or the college soon, then I think maybe we'll on getting some buses going. Feed the buses through the neighborhoods and then down to our other public transit. This is a lot more busy suddenly because industry. Makes sense, right? You see how bunched up this still is here. It'll take a little while to clear out. We'll leave that alone. Academic year almost over? Not even close. what can we do in the meantime? We can scout the map. We can buy our next map square, actually, which is what I'm going to come out here and buy that. The map square, we can't really do... We can probably get our mining industry going at some point. I want to get this one all the way leveled up. I think that makes sense. Focus on one at a time. And then we can probably get our mining going. We can bring this highway across here and up into here, set up a mining operation. And this will eventually... This collector right here will eventually come all the way out and meet that highway there too. And then our oil is over here. So we probably don't need to loop highway too sharply, because this is kind of close enough here, and I think it'll be close enough to here to make use of either. I have a feeling that these two exits here are going to get most of the traffic, regardless of what we build down here. But this will be good for when we're building up downtown, and maybe we'll do a nature reserve type of deal on the beach. That doesn't make any actual sense, but we'll do some type of park along the beach. Nature reserve over here would look nice, but I don't think we can really do it considering how steep it is. But you know, things like that. And I say that because, you know, we only get 9 tiles in the base game. Because I like this to be a long-term project, I do have the 81 tiles mod enabled. We can go wherever we want, but I am going to take it kind of slow and buy the tiles, at least for the first 9, so we can see what the base game looks like. We do need more custom parks. Would be nice. We can do a theme. We can do a theme park. That would actually be nice. Theme park on the beach. Or on this little peninsula-like thing out here. Again, that might kind of impossible because we need to be, there we go, leveled up. That wouldn't work because we need to buy what, 1, 2, 3 more squares, and we only have more squares to go, so might not make sense to do it there. But we'll figure stuff out. We also need to locate an area for an airport, which if we look at our contour lines, not that much that's any good over here, but this area right here would, again, might not be able to do that with the 9 tiles. But given the airport's DLC, I almost feel like you, on the computer, because obviously you can't do this on console, you almost need the 81 tiles mod. You want to build kind of like how I'm doing. But at the same time, we could probably do an airport in this area, cut the highway up a little more sharply, and I don't know how we would do that. I think I got this neighborhood too close if we do that. So, you know, challenges to think on. We're gonna buy this, and then these 3 right here. So we still have plenty of room. Still need to get railway, pull that over here for additional shipping and all that good stuff. But anyway, I've babbled long enough. Let's get our new stuff built for our forestry industry. So we'll pull this out again. We're going to do about 19 across because we already know that this is set up appropriately, like so. I set this up right, yes. And have the sapling fields here. So we'll want to do what we did last time and spam click away to turn this into a better little area for resource production. And I think that's good enough. Now we'll do this. This doesn't fit quite as nicely as log yard, but it still fits nice. So we'll put that there. City here, since we have them still. And get the roads, so fill out for. So we got that. We got the new sapling fields, obviously. Just come down. It's resource production, just like the other one, just a different flavor. We also got this biomass pellet plant. This makes paper, I believe. Yes, it does. So we'll need a new... I want to make 2 of these. We're going to put them like this, back to back, because they fit nicely like that. And that means we'll need a new warehouse. I can't fit it in there like I did with the 2 small mills, obviously, because they fit back to back. No big deal. I get into the correct one. Doesn't fit quite where I want it to. Don't want to load it off of the main road. That wouldn't make any sense to me. So I can make... we'll make another minor connection here like this. And in fact, we'll mirror that over here. So we've got a couple different ways in and out of this place, not just the main road. And there's a level up. We're now recognized 2 academic works, 1,200 students. Still only at 200 attractiveness because we haven't added anything. We've unlocked the cafeteria, fountain, gymnasium, outdoor study. And we'll go to that college and on that in just a minute. Let's finish working on this little section. Down this warehouse. Here. Oh, did it freeze? It froze on me for a second there. Do that. Not the best looking right there, but again, because I'm a stickler, having it not look completely terrible. Plus, you know, hide it from the road. Make it look a little bit nicer driving through here. Losing population too, but we don't really have a residential demand. That is something I need to check on too, is healthcare. One thing at a time. Finish this. Try to ignore that part I can't fix. Okay. We have more buildings that we can put down over here, but for right now, here. Actually, no. Put down one more. Thinking about it. Didn't put everything down. Also unlock Forestry barracks. Almost fit perfect. Almost only counts in hand grenades. It looks like it would fit like that though. So let's do our grids. 20, 18. It will. Perfect. Gonna make partial connection to it. I can't make it as even as I want it. Okay. That's okay. It doesn't need put it like that. You know what? We'll mirror it. We'll have plenty of Forestry barracks. Over. Perfect. Now we'll leave it alone for. Alright? Alright. So I'll come back over here. And let's go ahead. And see what else we can put down. Now here's where campus attractiveness gets a little bit trickier because these don't tell you how much it's going to give you. I also don't have enough capacity for all the eligible students here, so we'll anyway, we've got attractiveness of 200, so you kind of have to play with it. So let's take a look at this outdoor study and where we can put it. Not there, that's fine. Put it over here by the... Well, not across the street from the place that people are actually going to school in. That would be kind of cruel to make them cross the street, wouldn't it? Do this. We'll apparently not do it. This works. All the way across. Okay, click this. Increase connectivity and like this. There we go. Then we'll go ahead. Remember, we're at 200. So go ahead and we'll load this right back here. put it there eventually. Right now, I'm gonna pull this right into that corner because that's how that's gonna. Now, real. I'm gonna build this damn study area, but just like that. Okay, so we got that down. Apparently it needs water. Luckily, I'm going to consider this kind of... It's a college campus. I think it makes sense that we'd have water under the pathways. Look at all this pedestrian foot traffic. That's awesome. Speaking of traffic, though, let's check one more time on our public transportation. 706 passengers. And we really actually might need all... Well... Maybe we don't. Let's run it for a minute. We kind of... No, we really don't. Let's knock this down to 12. See if that cuts it. Look at the metro. Make sure this is still going fine. It is... Oh yeah, it looks like we're good here, still. Let's make sure on the way back that this is clearing. It is. Cool. Alright. That's awesome. Awesome. We still have some stuff over here, and once we get this campus done and filled out and fleshed out, we're gonna decorate it, because obviously this is a little sparse without any actual landscaping. So let's see how much this increased our attractiveness by. 25. So this increases it by 25. Not a huge jump. Want our cafeteria down. I think this has parking, so we'll just fit this in. Actually fit this in right. It does have parking. Oh, never mind me, I'm dumb. So let's instead just turn it, fit it on this road instead, like so. There. Now, if they want to actually park at the cafeteria, they can. What else do we have to put down? We have the grade school fountain, always larger than I expect it to be for some reason. And we can fit it right there if we're careful, and that's what we're gonna do. Now we got our study park, we've got a nice fountain here, and what's our attractiveness at? We've gone up 145 points. Not terrible. What is our capacity for students? Or am I trying to click this? Still terrible. Build a couple more dorms. Dorms, I don't believe, increase your attractiveness. But necessarily what to do. So we'll put a couple more of these on. Can't put it there. Can't fit it there. Fit it over here. This is still technically part of campus. Better fit like that. So we'll put two doors. And pathway right down the middle. There we go. Okay. Water over here. Let's do this, and then we'll just go straight across. Makes sense. I like to see forestry trucks leaving the area. So we still need to work on our attractiveness. I think it would make sense in this case to have maybe another study. That's not a study. This is maybe have another here. Again, big fan of symmetry. So now we got 2 of them. We're not really going to be able to do much else in this area, I don't think. We can't really put another school there, or another academy, or whatever the next one is called. I think it's School of Tourism. So I think it makes sense to kind of fill it out with study uses like that. And that brings us to sports. We have 3 unlocked right now. We have the Aquatic Center, the Basketball Arena, and the Track and Field Stadium. Now, they make a ton of noise, but as you can see, they also provide entertainment. We'll go ahead and start with the Aquatic Center. They're big. They're big uses. We'll put that right here. It's not loud all the time. It's just a loud use. So having it sort of close isn't going to kill you. And the happiness that it provides usually worthwhile compared to the noise. So put that down, and that should push our attractiveness where we need it to be. We have the students already. It's the academics works we're worried about. We'll go ahead and do IT and engineering this time, and I think we'll go ahead. We've got the money, we've got the budget. Let's go ahead and increase our academic staff to get a 50% chance. Varsity sports can increase your attractiveness based on how good they are, too. And you can see it right here. Sports, plus 80, total, plus 80. Let's hire 2 coaches for the team. That increases cost, but it will also increase your chances of winning. And the more you win, the more attractiveness you get in the long run. So we'll kind of have our sports uses in here. We might even add another subway stop down here to get to that point. I think if this part can be contained as the campus, I think what we'll do back here is we'll go ahead and probably do a little suburb area that would provide housing for the folks who work at Parkwood Production. None of these names on any of these are set in stone, by the way. If you guys have better suggestions for anything, let me know. I think the only thing that I wouldn't change is probably the Public Works and Disaster Recovery District, because that's the only one I've actually changed. The only one I've come up with on my own. It's not great, but most creativity is shown in months, so we're gonna go with it. So look at this interchange. See, it's getting some use, not a lot, but some. I think it'll get more as traffic is busy, but I think it's still clearing. It mostly clears on this cycle. Yeah, that's fine. Let's actually look at the traffic flow. Still 91%, so red is not necessarily bad. This isn't fantastic. You can see it's heavy-ish. It's heavy traffic in through here, so that's not really what you want to see. We could have an off-ramp back here just for this, just for industry traffic. I don't know that it's necessary. I think the backup here is because you've got the lane mathematics not meant to handle this. So let's maybe mess around with this and probably make things all sorts of worse. See how you have some now that are going all the way through, which is kind of what you want. But obviously, you're still running into issues. So it really raises the question of what's the best way to handle this. But it cleared itself out. And I think what we could do is maybe do an off-ramp on either side into a roundabout that goes above the highway. But I don't know if we'd have enough room to do that and then exit into the city itself. So I think let's see if the lane mathematics works first. I think it makes sense to maybe, because of the traffic, we're going to upgrade that here too. This technically that means we'd actually have to do a 4-lane, which is sort of ridiculous, and then this would be 3, 3, 3. Actually, this can probably all be 3, and we can actually bring this down to 1. And I've messed up the math, so let's give it a second to clear itself again. I guess we'll see how this runs. I think part of it too is this is just it's a small intersection, so we don't really have a lot of queuing. So, no, level 3, fantastic. We'll go take a look at that in a second. I think what I could do is I can kind of call a mulligan on this part of the industry right here, and we can remove these two. We can remove this part of Murray Street, and what that'll do is allow this traffic to not have to worry about stopping. And there we go, Grand City, fantastic. Solar power plant. This is exciting. Getting the waste processing complex and the waste transfer facilities. That is fantastic. It should make trash collection even better. We get an intercity bus terminal and a bus metro hub. So we'll have to look at all that. We'll need to decide if we want to fix this too, because this is a small intersection. Now it's working fine now that I've stopped messing around with the mathematics and probably have it correct. So we'll just let that go. Now we have the waste management. Well, we have to go look at our. Let's see what trash is at first. Trash, garbage processing, fine. We don't really need to worry. We do want to consider how we're going to handle it at some point. Just for an example, waste processing complex, very large, wouldn't fit here. So we would probably need to find another place to put this. But we could eventually, we could essentially supposedly decommission the incinerator plants. So we could turn this into water treatment or something like that, and not have to worry about these really big uses. So we'll have to find a spot for that next time our trash management starts to become an issue. Then we would put our waste transfer facilities. You can put those in the middle of the city. You surround them by, kind of like what I've done over here with this recycling center, is you just surround them by commercial use or office use, and hospital, that kind of thing. So the pollution doesn't get out, and the noise doesn't get out to your residential, and they're happy as a clam, and you also have good garbage coverage. So that'll be something to consider in the future. I wanted to check down here. We don't have any elder care, and we don't have any child care down here. We do have death care, which is good. We have crematoriums, which we probably want to start finding places for, because our cemetery usage is at 46%. So let's see where we can sneak in. We also have the crypto preservatory, which actually I don't have. Excuse me, that's just the showing me the death care we do have over here, which is another death care, and then we have the medical laboratory, which is kind of like a doctor's office. So the crematorium can only 105 patients, but I think it processes. And then the crypto preservatory has 120 people, and I don't know if that can fill up. I haven't used it enough. We'll look at that. We should probably get a couple of them now to be safe. Actually, let's just do that while we brush it. But this room here, I think that's fine. It's near enough, but not too close. It's in a little commercial district, so that'll serve here. We have another spot up here, right next to the recycling center, actually, that we were just looking at. So we put one there, and that's fairly good coverage. It's not perfect. There's no coverage over. I'm sure people don't want to see a crematorium in the middle, excuse me, middle of their residential area. So I think maybe we hold off over there until we buy this square, which might not be for a little while. Go back to production. So, forestry, we unlocked. Medium fields, large storage, and that's it. I think we also unlocked a special unique factory, which we'll build one of those here in a minute. But for now, might as well get our production up some more. Let's go ahead and put, first off, go ahead and make sure we have the trees to do this. We'll come over here where we already have some trees. Still got some more storage up. Got some more farms up. Change the trees up just to have some diversity. Let's see what our unique factory is. Furniture factory, which takes paper and plain wood and makes, as you might expect, furniture. Let's put that right. We'll put that near the entrance like that. We'll need another warehouse for this to hold the special goods. We'll just use a small one for now. What I'd like to do at some point, when the city really gets going, is kind of make a factory district and build all of our unique factories. We have all 4 of our industries up and running. We can probably look at these policies at some point too. You know, happiness, and faculty bonus, and fan club support, advertisement campaign, that kind of thing. But right now, I think we're doing fine on the campus. Don't have to worry about it. Students have gone down, but we're still above where we need to be. Up here. Don't, but I think we still have. Yeah, we still have plenty of people to hire. Why is this being stupid? How's this looking? Fine. Not playing on hyper speed. Did I ever turn my taxes up on? Yes. Don't want those darn high density places getting out of having to spend their fair share of taxes. Okay. So again, this is really need to kind of figure out what we want to do. So, first off, what I want to do upgrade these trees. I'm doing the young lindens in the downtown area, but I really, really, really like the live oak. This. I think it might also be time, honestly, to upgrade our main drag here with tree-lined streets. This is loud. You can hear it. Trees reduce that, and I think that's important. So we're not going to do an avenue. That's only one lane. We're not going to do it with bus lanes, certainly, so we'll just do the regular one. We're just going to take our main strip throughout the entire city. I'm going to do it one at a time. I could hold the button down and go through, but I know who I am as a person, and I will upgrade roads that don't need to be upgraded. So we're just going to take our time. I can't do it here because of the tram. That's fine. This is a little bit quieter over here, except in the industrial area. But the industrial area is also well separated from residential. And much quieter over here. So it's not as big of a deal. Now, I'd like to do oak down the middle of these streets, but I think it's too big to do that. Let's take a look how it looks. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to block your sign. So let's see what the cotton one looks like. That's better. Nice American tree, still big. Not American, but North American. It's down the middle. Mostly, I believe it's just cosmetic anyway. It's not that big of a deal. But I think they look nice. We have a bustling little downtown sort of section. Good. And you can see too here, like, they're sick from the noise. But we don't have that popping up too much. So I think it's okay to leave it as is right now. I think if it was real bad, because this is high density commercial, I think if we saw this popping up all over the place repeatedly, I think we look to zone some offices around the high density and take care of that, alleviate that issue. So, don't have much demand, but I do want to sneak one more block in so we can get one more elementary school. Let's do this. One more block on this side. Here. Same thing. Nope, don't need to do that. Water is actually covering that fine. Put our, go back to oh my gosh, low density commercial. That there. Keep our high density housing. First, I'll forget about the school that I just said I wanted to put down. Make sure we kind of stay above capacity. Second, we'll look at parks. Not doing too bad. I think we'll put a park with trees right. I'm gonna do something with that because we can't really do too much because of the highway. I think we're gonna eventually want to put some sound barriers, maybe decorate this with some trees alongside to keep sound down. But I don't think right now it's too big of an issue. This part is. You look at the sound there. That part would be. This is very low. But we don't need to worry about that at the moment. So let's go ahead and get our housing down. And what I want to do this. Apparently, be told I can't do it on. I can do it there. Not the prettiest section because I have to kind of pull it off of a part I didn't want to, but you know what? We can fix that. That's just a good way to get through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come off here, so, and there, and I don't think I need to actually switch to that. And there, boom. Okay, now we have a nice connection. Now, if people are so inclined, they can go from their blocks all the way down to the park and not have to risk crossing a street at any point. A connection there. So, I think that's kind of neat. And we can also fill this in if we want to with density. Don't really need to right now, but it might not be a bad idea. Really maximize it. Just kind of letting the game run stuff out. We could get some more commercial, but I kind of like sitting around this half-filled bar because I find if you overdo the commercial, you run into not enough customers or not educated work issues. We need more industry, but still working on filling this up. We have up to 602 workers. Might build a couple more tree farms to kind of push that up and to really get it so we have plenty of resources, because you can sell the extra resources. And also it'll allow me to build a storage facility just to say I have it all. Pair of mediums like that, and we'll make these ones peaches. Nope, I was right. All those. It's fine. We'll come here, look at storage, and we'll. Oh, we don't have that unlocked. I'm sorry, we don't have the wood chip storage. That'll be at level 4. We'll just leave that alone for. I could probably start doing some offices at some point. I think we probably have enough educated folks to justify that. Yeah, 29% highly educated. So you know what? Maybe what I'll do a little office block by this walking path and park. It will act as a buffer from the highway. Whoops. The highway, and we'll see just how that looks, and we can always put trees up still. See, look at that. So all that happiness, we won a game. Okay, made $34,000, whatever this symbol is. Let's call it dollars, and yeah. You know what? I have never actually looked at this. Ah, neat. Okay. Not gonna go ahead and activate that right now, but that's neat. Let's take a look at public transportation again, see if that has been resolved. And good to check on this again too, because we have more people now. We've got more residential built, and you can see that the train is much fuller than it has been, but it's still not past capacity. Somehow, I'm actually kind of impressed. We're gonna watch it for a few seconds, a few minutes. See, so I think we need 2 trains. I think that makes sense. We're gonna bump that back up to 2 trains. think what we're going to want to look for additional public transportation at some point. It might be, whoops, need water for our offices. So I think where we need to look for public transportation and what type is probably going to be for when we fill out, if we fill out these areas, because they're not, I mean, we're already building on a hill, so that's not too big of a deal, but we kind of want to leave this alone probably up in here because we want to make sure that we get our industries taken care of first. Down here by the campus is probably where we're going to develop first, and then I think out here too, you have to probably do some terraforming down here. But I mean, we got plenty of flat land in this area. This is kind of more gentle slopes like we had here. And then the question is what type of density. I want to keep. I think the campus is going to cut. I think this is going to stay what it is here. So the question becomes, do we want to continue this density over here, or do we want to do more suburbs, more suburbs, more suburbs? That'll be probably the next thing to tackle. I was hoping to get this to level up one more time. We're almost at the end of the year. But I am going to have to say my goodbyes here soon. This is going to hit level 4 soon. So you know what? Let's just speed this up and see how it does. Let's watch our traffic, how that looks. 92%. Heavy flow through here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If we really want to potentially make this better, we can probably do 2 lanes and then 4 lanes approaching. 2 lanes, 4 lanes leaving. But it's really not, it's not backing up, so I don't know that that's necessary. Just busy. And that's fine. Same thing here, but we can't do anything about that even too. Same thing here. This is fine. This is fine. We don't have any backups anywhere. I'm actually really proud of this layout right now and how well it is functioning. Normally I'm stuck in the low to mid 80s. I haven't seen this drop below 90, I think, since we started this. So far so good. Lost 500 students, so that's unfortunate. We're gonna have to look at why, or if there's anything like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter, we're still here, but we unfortunately didn't get our academic works. So let's go ahead and just give another grant, and hopefully we'll get 2 this year. Now let's take a look at this. We're gonna upgrade this really soon, be level 4. And we can build some more. As they say, a watched pot never boils, and I definitely thought that was moving faster than it actually is. This looks nice. Fine. Fine. This connection isn't my best. Kind of a sharp connection. That would probably have been better suited to be out here and give it more of a sweeping action, but it's working. A lot of these people are just going through. Not even coming to visit the city. Just hanging out, seeing when this is going to level up. I really like how this farm actually sits kind of right in the middle. I think that filled in nicely. I think it's kind of a unique feature the way it and integrated. I'm just really happy with how that turned out. Look at these. almost level 5. On their way to level 5. That's fantastic. Our land values at over there. Pretty good. Highest here by the park. Lowest over here where we can't do as much work. Pretty decent over here. Low, obviously, in the or average, excuse me, in the industrial areas. In through here. This is nice. I'd like to up it some more, but I mean, this, you can't really complain about the land value there. Green Heights average land value is 61. Empire Parks is 56. Linden Hills is 50. But we also haven't done too much work. Hills. See kind of how it's currently set up. Backing up again. But it's not constantly backed up, and I think that's what's... This starts to constantly back up. That's when we need to really kind of reinvent the wheel and see if we can figure it out. And it's not backing up because of this. It's backing up because they're trying to cross over lanes. Or everybody's trying to turn there, I should say. And they're all coming off of here. For the most part, they're getting backed up. And there's level 4 for our Forestry, so we'll go take a look at it. So that's why it might be worthwhile, since they're all backing up there, is to take an off-ramp and just sneak it off and have it directly come into the industry area. Because we're not having an issue with these guys leaving. It's really just with them coming in, and even then, it's only intermittently. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Right now, we need to check out Forestry industry again. We have this, we can put this down, and also a trick, too, if you don't want to have this terrible, terrible view. Do that. Works like a charm. You can put more storage down, and these will go back to back pretty nicely, actually, so I think we'll do that. Plenty of storage, have lots and lots of room. Bring this through. Might as well bring it all the way down. Might be a little overbuilt for what we're doing, but we can... Yeah, we can take care. We can always add more to make more money. Fix our junctions, which we haven't looked at in a while. Perfect. Alright, so what do we unlock? We unlocked this, obviously. I just put that down. We unlocked the soft paper, excuse me, the engineered wood plant. Now, the reason why I keep doing an 18 by 18 grid, 18 by 19 grid off of this, same size grid, slightly different because of the 4-unit road, is because everything here just fits perfectly. See? So now we got 4 engineered wood plants here. So I got plenty of materials, but we can always put more down if we need to. Because for some reason our sawmill is complaining about not having enough materials, despite there definitely being enough materials. Although to be safe, I think I'll put more down. We have a large sapling field now too, so it's right there. Might as well use it. Make sure we get everything built. Go ahead and here, and once again make our own Forestry area. Put this down. There we go. Make sure we have water to everything. There we go. I can't remember what this usually means. I think when you're running into that issue, it's because you don't have enough storage and you're overproducing items. Which means you have a lot of trucks leaving export stuff. Which is not what you want them to be doing. You don't want them to be exporting your raw materials, which is exactly what's happening. And see, because we're having an issue getting stuff to places, importing a little bit, which we also don't need to do and don't want to do. So it becomes kind of a balancing act. You don't want to outproduce your storage. Although these don't have any freight trucks in use. And these ones have 13 freight trucks. So it's kind of... Industries DLC still confounds me a little bit. I can usually get it to work and make plenty of money, but at the same time, I don't know if that's in spite of what I'm doing. You see how much it's importing? No, there's no reason for us to be importing. That's... You don't want that. They're definitely making way more than we probably need to. So I'm going to put down another storage. And hopefully that'll help a little. I think the more storage we have, the better will hopefully even itself out. We're not having that issue at all over here. Somehow I have balanced this perfectly. We're still outputting way more crops than we should be, but we're not importing anything to make what we need. So, you know, I could probably expand this farm a little bit more. Maybe take it out this way and just expand out here and put down more production, so that way we can turn those crops into actual meaningful profit. But it's not really high on the priority. It's something I think that we'll keep in mind for when we get back to developing this side of the map. Our need for residential is slowly creeping up, which begs the question of where do we want to do this? Where do we want to build? I think maybe taking a look at the rest of our sporting stuff. And we also see we got some trash issues starting to crop up too. See if that's an actual issue. It doesn't appear to be. They came and got it. Still got plenty of processing. So it looks like it might just be a coverage issue. Not a problem as long as we keep picking it up. If we start seeing that pop up repeatedly, then we're going to have an issue. So, let's add a... Turn the speed back down for a minute. Probably just kind of put everything in a line here. Not super interesting, but it's effective, and I think it makes sense for what we're dealing with. Want to make sure that there's probably might actually move that. I might actually move this height of realism here and just center it on that middle road, and kind of try to do that with sport. I just want to make sure that we have it down. See, this one isn't going to. This one is centered, but we're not going to be able to pull it through. I have a slightly different idea. It does not involve this road being here. It does involve this road being. Actually, maybe it will. Maybe it will involve. Let's justify pulling our water through because we're going to need. Water, speaking of, still good. Electricity. Getting closer. Well, I need to look at that soon. So, we can do that. Let's take a look at... Now we're running into an issue here again. So, let's first, well, extend our campus out a little bit. And actually do this, because I think we might actually need more campus here. Do that. Let's see what this looks like. Not as bad as I expected, but not fantastic. See how it raises up here? I don't like this. We're going to delete this, get a little bit of a refund back, and we're going to do terraform. Take this level here and just take this level, makes more sense. Plenty of room. Sports draw in so much money. I don't think this would really be even blinked at if they had to do it. And see, look at how much better that looks. Do that. We'll leave this alone for now. We'll fix this as we need. Right now, we'll leave that like that. Can't pull that through there. Can pull that through there, so we'll just pull this all the way through. Okay, we got a nice big sporting complex going on. I don't know why it says they don't have water. They most definitely have water. Or does it not count because of where they are? Okay, run water here. Yep, it wasn't counting as connected. That's interesting. We have our baseball stadium next. This is kind of doing the same thing. Well, it's not going to let that one road pull it through. Can I put it up here next to the track and field, though? I can. That actually fits in there pretty nicely. Let's just go ahead and... There. That's going to leave us our American football stadium, which we don't have yet. Looks pretty nice. This is all stuff that we can put more trees down, landscape around, and that's something we'll do, I think, when we get the campus completely done. Come back through and make it look nice at that point. I know it's something that they would do, you know, front as they went, but I don't like doing it that way for whatever reason. Okay, so campus attractiveness is now 745. Make sure this is all inside the campus. It is. But now we have 4 sports. Let's go ahead. Make sure we have 8 coaches. 2 for each team. And how close is this to level 4? Alright, I think I'm going to wait till this gets to level 5. And then get our last buildings built. Once it hits level 5. And then I have to go to bed. Because I have to work. Level 5 is going to unlock our large tree plantation and our pulp mill. Oh, forestry maintenance building. I forgot that was the thing. We should probably get one of them built. Slap it somewhere. Kind of makes the most sense to do. We're gonna have to go out a little bit more. Anyway, so we'll go out 20, 18. And we'll put the maintenance building down. There we go. Fine. Auxiliary building, you know, it increases storage efficiency, so having more than one of those is probably a good thing. But I usually put one down. So let's turn this back up. We'll try and get to level 5 real quick. So we can get the rest of our stuff built all tonight. Gotten a lot done. This episode will be downloaded, processed, and uploaded to YouTube, to my channel, which is simply Captain Samo. No 32 for that. And that should hopefully be done sometime tomorrow. It'll be lightly edited. I'll take off the beginning. I realize this part's going to be in the video because I'm not going to edit this out, so it's going to be uploaded to YouTube while I'm telling people that we're going to upload it to YouTube tomorrow. So it's just going to be an endless paradox of some kind. Point being, missed any of the stream, check out my YouTube channel, Captain Salmon. This will be up there tomorrow or the next day, depending on how my internet cooperates and how my very limited editing goes. Yeah, we're gonna probably need to look at garbage next time too. Need to put the garbage in an industrial area, probably, or an industrial use for the actual processing area. So that might be worthwhile to just kind of stick back here somewhere, because this is going to be a lot of industrial use anyway. And kind of go for it. We'll tackle that problem next time. Right now, I'm just going to wait until we hit level 5. Forgot how long it takes. Take a look at the school. Or the college. So this is actually going to ding level 3. Yep, we're now renowned. So obviously now I have to take care of this. We get our trade school academic statue, an IT club, a library, a new school, which is good, and a commencement office. So click OK there. We did in fact get 2. We're going to come in here and give another grant because we want to keep leveling up. And let's quickly build the stuff we've gotten. So first, we'll put down the new school, tourism and travel, and that'll fit. We don't want to put it in this sporting. Let's put it across from Police Academy. That's going to increase. I believe that increases our student capacity. We'll come back here, and we've got our IT club. I don't think this has a parking lot, so we'll sneak this in here. Doesn't. Button. Grade school library, I'm going to bet you does. I'll put that. I think that, for some reason, to me, that makes sense that it would be over next to the main building. I'm just going to go ahead and do something else. Let's try and center this the way I want it. Did we put a gym down? I don't see a gym. Did I just unlock the gym? Didn't think I did. Anyway, go ahead and look at library. Put the library across. I think I'm thinking of the bookstore, but I still think it makes sense to put there. Then we'll take a look at the commencement office. I think this one also makes sense to be nearby your main administrative building. Trade school academic statue. Still, again, I think makes sense to be by your main building, so we'll slap it down there. And then cafeteria, isn't it? Yeah. I do not see a gymnasium in it. I'm gonna put one of these down. Let's see if it has a parking lot. It does, so we're actually going to take that and move that. Put that here. I think that'll be fine there. Let's just see. Sort of. It's too many. Too many different things to snap on. Just to make sure it's in there. Okay. So let's again look at her attractiveness. Not it. still fine there. The students at this point is going to be a bigger issue, so we'll continue to monitor that issue. We might need to turn on some policies for it. I also realized that everywhere else in this campus has trees along the roads except for the main roads, so we're going to do an upgrade just through the college campus, and this one will get the same type of trees. This one will get the live oak. Take a look at this. Still 4,500 away. That's all right. See, we're getting more of these, and I don't like to do this, but I think I'm going to D-zone these blocks behind the dense commercial. I'm going to put in offices. I'm going to put in the offices to lower noise pollution for you guys back here. It's 272 people. It's fine. It's fine. 878, 868. We're losing students. Now it's going back up. 882. So, you know, we'll have to take a look at that. I mean, how many eligible students do we have? 3,700 with capacity for 4,800. So we have plenty of capacity. It's just a question as to what. Ooh, that's not. Go ahead and empty that cemetery. We have to keep an eye on our death care. Kind of close. Let's go ahead and find a spot for crematorium. I think we're just going to have one. One's going to just have to open up in the middle of the residential area. As much as people probably don't want that to happen. Totally lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. That's how you know I'm getting tired. Uh-oh. Look at this, see this? We got dead people over here. Not good. I know we've got a crematorium over here. 7 hearses are in use, though. Our cemetery has 10 hearses in use, so I think we're experiencing a death wave. So let's go ahead, though, and go ahead and find a spot. We'll put it right in the middle of the college campus. Why not? Let's put a cryopreservatory. We'll put that there. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's med students or something. I just think it makes sense if we're having an issue with death care there, you might as well put something close to the issue and see if it resolves. I think we actually also probably want to look into some disaster recovery stuff over here. We haven't done that in a while, and there are 12,000 people here, and I don't think we have anything for disaster recovery. No, we don't have a bunker over here. So before we build anything else up here, we're going to slap a bunker down. And I think another one over here. And I don't like that. Oh, that doesn't have electricity. We're still producing enough. But we definitely need, or we still got an oil power plant and this updraft power plant. I think the updraft is still the way to go, because we're still halfway to the new. Do we have enough room for solar updraft? We would if we didn't have these processing. So another reason to upgrade our waste disposal system is because then we can get another power plant here instead. But right now we're okay. If we need to, we'll jack the budget up and do it that way. Not the best way to do things, but it works in a pinch, especially when we're running a pretty good profit. Alright, so I think we got death care temporarily handled. Let's go ahead and speed it up again and try and get this live. I can be a responsible adult and go to bed. I'm going to try to start streaming more episodes of this. I would like to do it 2 nights a week. It's going to be either Monday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday. If I can pull it off. It's difficult because I have a young daughter who doesn't always like to go to sleep. So sometimes by the time she goes down, there's no point in me getting on. But I'd like to maybe have Wednesday be the unmodded days, and then Friday or Monday, whichever day I think ends up working out better. Or maybe even Saturday instead of Friday, but one of those 3 nights be the modded day, because I still have a modded city that I haven't worked on in a while. Here, just continue to wait for this to level up. I think I like the city layout though. Interesting, pretty organic. The only thing that might not be organic is probably the campus, and I think that's just because of how odd the sporting events are. I mean, I think it makes sense to have them in a sort of complex the way I've got it though. Highways are still running nicely, which is important. Traffic overall is still 90%. I mean, I can't complain about that. No real backups. This is still really, really busy, but it's not slowing down. No pollution issues. I've never clicked on the wind section. I know I've clicked on fire before game. So we have a fire hazard of 68%. That's not good. So we'll probably need to look into getting some more fire safety stuff down. We probably need to get some watchtowers up. You see all the trees. That's a big issue. Crime is fine. We do have a prison to build. And I don't think I have a helicopter depot. This fire. You know, while I'm thinking about it, let's put this over here by the fire helicopter depot. Always a plan. And I don't believe we have medical helicopter either.
Warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
Fantastic. Ooh, okay.
An earthquake is occurring.
Forgot I was on high speed.
Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
That's unfortunate. That's gonna kind of impact. Okay. Deal with that when we get to it. Let's go ahead and put down our medical helicopter. Cul-de-sacs off. That's okay. We'll bring this. I think this is still part of the box. This isn't. But at the same time, I kind of hate how that looks, so it is now. The hell did that get destroyed? Gosh, we're about to hit it. Okay. So we're going to hit level 5 right now, and then I can go ahead and build the last couple of things. We can turn our forest products into some more paper. We might actually need to build a bit more raw material, but I'm not sure if we actually need to. So first, let's go ahead, put down our pulp mills here, and let's do a total of 4. And we also have large station, which fits nicely right there. Have that going, and that I think is going to conclude. We'll see how this performs next time. It's nice grid layout, working very efficiently. This highway is getting some use, but not a ton. You see a lot still going that way. In fact, let's take a look at the routes. You have a lot more coming in than you do. It looks like most of them leave to that highway over there. And they cut through a lot of places I don't want them to cut through. But you do have some leaving here, so that's good. That's good. This is why we built this highway access, to hopefully get the industries over here to use this instead of going all the way through the city. So hopefully we will continue to be able to do that. But for now, we're going to leave it here. Appreciate you for tuning in. You can also, like I said earlier, find this episode upload to YouTube the next day or so. Just look up Captain Samo. Same spelling, just no 32 at the end. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks, and have a great rest of your night.